Welcome to the GMT.
Political activists wey dem call Mr. Dele Farotimi don come and say make the government let the poor breathe. Good citizens of Nigeria, how we dey? Hope we dey alright. We don come again for this our segment for another news. If this one na the first time wey you dey come across our video, abeg make you do well to like and subscribe and always share our video. And as you dey subscribe, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that all our updates, all our news, and you go be the first person to receive am. Like I talk am before, information na power. On today's news, we wan talk about this political activist wey don come out wey dem dey call Mr. Dele. He don talk say he no know where we Nigerians dey go. He say they just dey use us, they do one or two, they go push us go here, we go turn. They go push us go this side, we go turn. We just dey follow their ben korokoro ways. He say matter wey no even concern us. Now we even come dey do put religion and cultural differences on that one, different thing. When no even dey in line of wetin dey go on, that one we can't even put body. Say different stuff, different things they happen. They imagine say fuel now, how they don't take increase fuel. Say next month now they go wake up, they go still put money. Now so we no go talk. Our own are just to the vibe they go. So far we see wetin we put for belly, but we not they think about front. We not they think about future. This man chat and learn many things because at this point he say he don't know where we they go again. He said he don't confused, and it is a pity that we Nigerians we are not even taking this matter serious. Say so far we just see food chop, we dey okay, we are not concerned about like how the governor or the government cannot give accountability of things that are going on. My people, when I be like say I talk too much, I want play on the video make una hear wetin him talk concerning this matter wey dey go on for Nigeria. Make una listen and watch this video till the end.
We skirt around the issues because when you speak to the subject of subsidy, the way it's been framed, I believe every major candidate in the last election did say they were going to remove subsidy. But the question that nobody appears to be dealing with right now is exactly what is this subsidy? Who is subsidizing who? If the NLC is talking about withdrawing from negotiations with the government, the question is exactly who were the NLC representing at these negotiations? Were they speaking for me? Was Kabiru, the shoemaker, amongst the people the NLC was speaking for? Iyachukudi, that was selling to that abominable creature, was she also represented by the NLC? Does the NLC have a track record of speaking for the disenfranchised in Nigeria, the disinherited, and the victims of Nigeria? The NLC is a trade union. It deals with the rights of its members. It represents less than a percentile of the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people themselves exercise their franchise. When are the poor now going to breathe? How? You're choking them, asphyxiating them, and you're talking about them breathing. How? Those who have stolen us into this situation, how are they going to pay? Who is holding them accountable? All we are talking about is remove the thing and then palliative. What about accountability? Who is talking about that? Somebody took, I think, 90 billion, the Accountant General of the Federation. What has happened? He's walking away free. Akpabio, who is sat at the Senate as the Senate President, he was facing multiple charges for stealing. That is exactly how brazen we have become. No accountability of any sort, but we want to talk about palliatives and removal of subsidy. What about paying for the crime that has led us into this mess? Who is asking those questions? The point is this: if we are indeed a democracy, we'll be finding out in the coming days because somebody has to pay for this. If we are going to tell ourselves the truth, reality is that what we do these days is that we just coast along and we just allow ourselves to survive. We have lived for so long next to what is essentially a rubbish heap that we've lost our capacity to smell. So we sit down in the midst of our mess and we eat, we drink, we party, and we forget. Well, thing is this. The government of Nigeria does not treat the people of Nigeria as human beings. It's not just about treating us as citizens. We are not treated as human beings. Let's imagine this. What kind of mentality, what idea governs a system or a country where the government believes that it is okay to budget 70 billion for less than 500 people and then give what is essentially nothing, crumbs, to so many? So when you now talk about NNPC, who is telling us that the petroleum industry has been deregulated, is still busy being the one fixing prices. When you ask them what constitutes these price components, NNPC can't tell me and you. The same NNPC that was given an institutional monopoly has today handed that monopoly to a company in which it had invested $2 billion on my behalf and on your behalf. And now that company is now going to be the operator of the monopoly that once belonged to the NNPC. And we are not meant to ask questions. We can't speak to demand how did we arrive at this price. The same NNPC that told all of us in broad daylight that it is doing direct sale and direct purchase, which meant it was giving crude and it was taking product. Up till today, we don't know exactly where and how the subsidy has arisen. Who was being paid? Nobody is telling who. So the point is this. We've gotten to the point where they just say things because they know there will be no consequences. If people believe that there will be consequences for their actions, if they believe they will be held to account and they will be asked to answer questions in relation to the things that issue forth from their mouths, I am certain that you will have less of this abomination strolling around in broad daylight in our country. We were buying toxic fuel in this country, fuel that will not be sold in any country or other country in the world. We're buying it in Nigeria. Nobody ever paid for that criminality. Nobody. Till today, nobody paid. They told us you are doing direct sale, direct purchase. Up till today, nobody is asking questions. And yet you are demanding. And don't worry, before the end of this month or next month, they will tell us to pay some more. It's one blow after the other for the Nigerian. We've become like orphans, tossed around and beaten about by everybody in our space. The government has become the enemy of the people. And we, the people, we have to look beyond all these stupid, petty differences and begin to ask questions because these are existential issues. They are legislating us into slavery. And we are all alive and well, and we are sat here and we are busy quibbling over nonsense. Ethnicity, religion, and we are being systematically enslaved. All of us. Questions that we should ask, we are not asking. The one that should not concern us is what excites us.
My people, open and don't watch the video to the end. I don't hear waiting this man talk, waiting not think. If they align, I be not they align. And truth, if they talk, I be not be truth. I would like to know our opinion for comment section. Make una drop una comments for comment section. Until we meet again for another news, make una do well to stay safe. Una do.
DJ